I was in that room there. You can hear they're piping in the music to wake up the pilgrims. So everybody, get out. You ain't gotta go home. You can't stay here. Wow. Buenos días, señor. Buen camino. Oh, look at this. A beautiful morning in Astorga. I hope you'll notice that I don't have my microphone on again. I haven't figured out how to get the audio without my rain jacket crinkling it all up. And it is predicted that it will be rain most of the day. So I got my pack cover, got my Crocs on top because they strap on the back. They don't fit under the rain cover. And I got my rain jacket on, one less layer on underneath. I'm probably gonna sweat today. If it rains, you're gonna get wet either way. Today, let's see, what else? Slept great. I shared a 4-person room with Patrick and Liz, my friends from New Zealand, and a gentleman that we hadn't met before. He's a biciclino, so he was on his bike. Slept great. We had the window cracked open, and biciclino snored a little bit, but I didn't even care. I was very good. Only had 1 calimocho. That was the only booze I had all day. And do I get a piece of pen here? Do I get a pen here? Do I pass it up? No. I'm gonna move. Where was I? Oh yeah, only that one drink with dinner. You saw. I mean, if I wanted to be generous, I could call that dinner. Just that one, and moving this way. And other than that, I just had cola, and I had water. So, all in all, very good night's sleep. It's going to be a nice morning right now. It's Ellie. Good morning, Ellie. Did you sleep well? Hey, me too. Yeah, me too. I'm happy it's not raining yet, but keep your fingers crossed, okay? She looks like she's on the hunt for cafe pan as well. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so today my plan is Foncebadon. That's the last stop before Cruz de Ferro. Tomorrow morning it would be cool to see the sunrise come up there, but no promises. We'll see what happens. For now, I am also on the hunt for the cafe. Ciao. Buen camino. It was definitely worth my time to go see that cathedral. I wish I had more time. I don't know, an hour, a little over an hour is the right amount of time. I was really kind of hungry and wanted to move along. The VR part was pretty cool. It's the first time I'd ever used VR, and then when I was done, I got up and I was like, whoa, I kind of felt a little disoriented. I wasn't used to that at all. Whoa, they were having breakfast in there. Lucky. I'm gonna find me a coffee still. Past the cathedral a little bit ago. I'm entering the part of town that I was at sea yesterday. Okay, I think it's out of the city center, so that's fine. I did just feel my very first drippy drop of water. It was a small one, but small ones precede big ones. Okay, andiamo. I love these fresh squeezed orange juice machines. They are cool. So I got this little combination. Fresh squeezed orange juice. Gracias, señor. café con leche, and a bikini, which is going to be a little toasted ham and cheese sandwich. It's going to be delicious. I am going to eat, and then see you later. Mwah. Now, that was a good breakfast stop. And to make it better, I'm not even hungover. So I'm feeling good. I had a nice, beautiful coffee, a nice, beautiful, fresh orange juice. The bikini sandwich, it was a ham and cheese sandwich, toasted, but it does the trick. A little bit of fuel. It's not raining yet, but look in the distance. It is muy cloudy. What's the word for cloudy? And it will probably rain. And we can see the mountains in the distance. So, whoop. All the telltale signs are there. Today or tomorrow, we enter Galicia. It's gonna be good. Ciao. Buen camino. I got sheep. Oh, look at the little baby sheep. Hello, little baby. Oh, little baby sheeps. Hello, little baby sheep. Look at you. Very cute. Very cute little baby sheep. Okay. Don't harass the sheep, Joe. Keep it moving. I couldn't help it. They're very cute. Again, I like how these are pruned. It's like you let them grow up. You let them grow up. There, you prune them back there. All the shoots come out. You let them grow 2-3 nodes deep, and you prune them back. There. And then you let them grow up 2-3 more so that they get nice and thick, and then you prune them back. That's a really good way to do it. I mean, it's different than these other guys down here, which have obviously been pruned and kind of trained to grow in a certain way, I'm assuming. That's a wild growth if it's not intentional, but maybe that's how those trees grow, and these are how these trees grow. Very cool. I wonder how old they are. They've got to be like 20, 30 years old? More? 50? I don't know, actually. I'm getting way out of my comfort zone and just saying numbers. Here's some more numbers. 15. That's about the amount of miles we walked today. Here's another number. 752. That's like what it is now. So I'm gonna say when I'm going back through the day and saying what time did I start, I'm gonna say about 8, because I dawdled getting out. I stopped and had breakfast. I'm gonna say 8. That way I know. Oh, and another number is 3, as in 3 miles per hour at a leisurely pace. You know, I can walk 4. 3.5 is probably the sweet spot, but you figure in brakes and everything. So 3 miles an hour, 15 miles is 5 hours. Starting at 8 plus 5 hours by 1 o'clock, including breaks, pictures, all of that. By 1 o'clock, I should be pulling up to my albergue. I reserved a room yesterday at an albergue in Foncebadon, and it's a fairly smallish, I think like 18 or 22 beds or something like that. It includes community dinner. So the dinner and the bed together was 27 euro. I'm very much looking forward to it. I don't really like having to go out and buy dinner somewhere unless it's in a big city. The results may not be great. And it seems like sometimes the equipment and utensils and things like that in hostel kitchens are not always that great, and you're needing to share them with other folks, which is that's not a problem. Sharing is not the problem. It's that some people can tend to dominate them. So a prepared meal usually comes with a number of courses and a great conversation with pilgrims that you may or may not have met yet. So really looking forward to that. Oh yeah, Colorado Avalanche tied the series again last night. The score was like 7-4 or something. So one last game, in Dallas, Game 7. Fingers crossed. I'd really like the Avalanche to make round 2 and then round 3, and I would like very much to go home and see them play in the playoffs. And maybe even win a Stanley Cup. I don't know. Don't even say that. But let's keep going, guys. It's a good day. Ciao. Okay. Cool. Okay. I'm walking to Foncebadon today from Astorga with my new friend Didier from Basque Country and France. Say hi.
Hi.
He's walked all the way from Madrid, and by the sounds of it, it's a beautiful trail. Anyway, ciao, buen camino.
Buen camino.
In French, what do you call them?
Vache.
La vache.
View and the mountain. You can see.
Yeah, I've got an extra day in my schedule that I don't know what I'm going to do with it, and yeah, this is nice. Stopped in this cool cafe bar albergue for a drink. Look at this place. This would be a nice place to stay. Wow. This is the albergue. And then in here's a cafe, and then out there's a terrace. Really beautiful. I'm gonna get coffee. Bye. Au revoir, mes amis. Just popped into a little cafe in this little town, just to have a can of Coke, put it back, moving on. I would like to get to Foncebadon before the weather hits. Who knows if we'll be lucky or not, but moving is the best way to accomplish that. So, andiamo. Buon camino. It did start sprinkling a little bit, just the lightest of drizzles. So actually, not so bad. Kind of keeping me cool. I just don't want to get wet, so I keep putting my hood up with my other hood underneath it because it feels better. But then I get hot and I pull it back, and I'm fussing about a lot with my stuff. But it's okay. Nice and cool, windy. I got the ventilation open, pit zips are open. We're staying cool. I just don't want to sweat when I'm walking. Okay, continuing on. Buen camino. Today on the trail looks like a bit of a parade, and I think it's gonna get more and more like that as we move along. Let's see if I can get a good shot for you. So, I don't know. I think a lot of these people have not been along the way the entire time. That's totally fine, to be expected. We already know. That doesn't frustrate me. But I'm glad I mentally prepared myself for it. And I wonder how many of these people are dealing with brand new blisters for the first time. Oh, the poor feet. That's okay. A little bit of suffering goes a long way. Makes the Camino special, huh? Buen Camino. Maybe you can hear. We got little drippy drops coming down again. Time to put the hood up. Ciao. I know we're not in Galicia yet, but this feels like what people say Galicia should feel like, okay? It is dripping, dripping, dripping. And you can see in the distance the mountains and the clouds. And we have peregrinos carrying umbrellas. Yeah. It's actually pretty nice, and compared to the day before Easter, the approach into Burgos, this is nothing. This is great. I shouldn't have said that out loud. Why did I do that? As long as it doesn't turn to hail and driving hail during an approach into Burgos, which was brutal after a 40K day, this is nothing in comparison. We can do this. Ciao. Andiamo, buon camino. Buen camino. Some sprinkles, no problem. They've let up for now. I expect they're gonna start again. On and off, and on and off, and on and off. No problem. We're just gonna keep walking. We'll get a little damp. Try not to get sweaty. That's the important part. I actually don't care. The albergue I'm staying at tonight has washer and dryer. Whoop, watch your step, Joe. And I will probably wash all my clothes. So I'll do what I did in Burgos on Easter Sunday. I will wear my gym shorts and my raincoat and nothing else. Well, my Crocs. And I will wash all of my stuff. Maybe even my sleeping bag liner, because I haven't washed that yet. And I don't know, it's probably just a good practice. So I think that's what I'll do. That's what I'm gonna shoot for. That is my plan. We will see what happens. Okay. Buen camino, my friends. What a great, beautiful day. Somewhere along the way, I hope you find what you're looking for somewhere along the way. I like that. Voila. It is about 11:30. And I think I have about 3 miles left to go. I think. Again, we know not to get caught up in these numbers, but by my best estimate, yeah. So I started thinking about, of course, we already talked about this. I'm gonna do my laundry, I think, if I can. Take a shower. I don't really need much in the way of supplies. Maybe a piece of fruit. I actually think the place has breakfast in the morning. I'm gonna find out. I don't want to carry food if I don't need, because tomorrow morning we'll start with a climb, and that's what I want to talk about here. There is a location on the Camino called Cruz de Ferro, the Iron Cross, and in recent modern history, peregrinos have taken a stone with them. sometimes from their home. Maybe you pick one up along the way that speaks to you. And what you do is you carry this stone with you as a symbol of the burdens in your life. Maybe something that's a problem you have, or a grief you're carrying, or something like that. And then the pilgrims leave this stone behind at Cruz de Ferro in a symbolic gesture of unburdening oneself during this process. I just picked up a stone along that path that spoke to me. I don't know why it did. I just like the color. I like the shape. I picked it up and rinsed it off and put it in my pocket. And I'm bringing this for everybody else, right? I didn't have to carry these burdens. I don't intend on carrying anybody else's burdens. But as a symbol, as a metaphor for life, I'm just going to do something, and I'm carrying this up the hill, which should be a pretty good climb. We'll say that. The elevation gain, I think, is significant. And who knows whether or not I will find it to be more or less challenging than day one over the Pyrenees. I think we've talked about it. Some people say that, there's a few days that can be argued to be equally difficult. But day one is usually the most challenging for peregrinos, because they're not experienced in walking, 15 miles a day and climbing up and down and up and down. And by now, those of us who have been walking for weeks, or for some even months, depending on where they started and what path they have taken, they'll be more used to it. But this is not the stone that I'm bringing for myself. This is the stone that I'm bringing for myself. It's nothing special. It's just a piece of red rock. And I saw it the day, I think it was between Puente la Reina and Zubiri. I saw this, and it stood out to me in the moment because all the other rock was gray or white, and this one was red. And if you remember that day, the path was pretty slick. It had rained the night before, and so it was shiny. And I was messaging with a friend of mine who is a video game developer with a lot of experience, and I said, if this is a video game and this is a quest, I'm looking for a quest item. I took a picture and sent it to him. It stood out from all the rest of the rocks. This is the one I'm carrying for myself, and I've carried it for almost 3 weeks now in the side pocket of the hip belt pocket of my backpack. Now, this hip belt pocket is no bigger than the size of 2 fists. And normally, there's only 2 things in that pocket. One of the things, if you'll bear with me, of course, now I need to open my zipper. I should have had this ready. Oof, and sorry about the sun. One of the things typically in that pocket is my mic mini case. This has my microphones and transmitter, the transmitter and receiver, and it charges the whole unit. The only other thing that has lived in that pocket the entire time is this rock, this stone that I picked up between Puente la Reina and Zubiri. Again, I know it was the Puente la Reina day. I think that was the day I went to Zubiri. That might have been the day I ended up in Pamplona. It was so long ago, I forget, but that's not what's important. What's important is there are only 2 things that have been in that pocket this entire time. And twice now, during my Camino, I thought I had lost the stone. It is not a big pocket. And if I take out the DJI Mic Mini case, then there should be nothing else in the hip belt pocket except for the stone. And on 2 occasions, I did just that. The Mic Mini case came out, and I searched the pocket, which is no bigger than 1.5 fists, perhaps. No stone. And then I just got over it. I would be a little upset. And then the next day, it would be right back there in the pocket. I can't explain it, honestly. But it has happened. So, I just wanted to talk about that because tomorrow morning, I would like to get up early. And I would like to climb the 2 or 3 or 4 kilometers, whatever it is, up the hill to Cruz de Ferro. Hopefully I can do it if the weather participates or agrees with me or will allow me to. I'd like to watch the sunrise from there and leave my stones behind, the one for me and the one that I just picked up that I'm symbolically carrying for others who maybe can't take this journey. And we'll see what happens. It's weird, I'm getting emotional just talking about it. I'm not an emotional guy, but this journey has put me in touch with some more complicated emotions. Anyway, I figured I'd talk about that now so that I don't necessarily have to do all that talk in the morning and that I can walk with contemplation. Oh, I love this house. Anyway, we'll talk more later. Adios. Buen camino. Now the cakes, patatas fritas, y Coca-Cola. This is a little bit bright. I'm ahead of schedule. We're gonna chill.
Hola burro. Hola burro. Hola burrito.
Little donkey is a burrito, huh? Yes, so I stopped at this place. I bet if it was sunny, this little garden area would be really nice, but it's not sunny. It's kind of cool now and windy. So just a quick little bag of chips and a Coke. And I grabbed the little cakes. I don't know if they have cream filling like little Twinkies or what, but we're gonna continue onward. I've only got probably an hour or less to go. Ooh, wow, I'm gonna turn around. I want to get up here and show you big bulls. Bulls with the horns of toros. Toros. Ah, see, look at the toros. I just go here. Look at this guy. Impressive, beefy boy. There's a bunch of them. We look at these beefy boys. So, I guess they turn into hamburguesas. Don't try to milk them. Okay, all right. And a little church. Oh man, that place would have been a cool spot to stay if things had worked out a little bit differently. Maybe if the storm was really coming down, raining buckets. That would have been like a cool spot to say, all right, I'm just gonna park here today. Because then it only would have been, hour and a half or 2 hours up to the top of Cruz de Ferro in the morning. So, as it stands, it's just chilly. The wind has abated, not the wind, the rain has abated for now. We will see. Everybody's still bundled up, including myself. Cross the fingers that we get to where we want to be before it comes down again. Okay, wish me luck. Buen camino. I have just entered the village of Rabanal del Camino, and I don't know when my calculations weren't correct. I I just looked on Google Maps. I know you can't always trust it, but I looked to see how far I was from my albergue in Foncebadon. It says about an hour and a half walking. So I thought it was going to be much closer. This is why I say don't trust these things. Okay, don't trust these things, and then you won't get your heart broken when they turn out to be incorrect. Or maybe Google Maps is incorrect, but I think it's probably closer. An hour and a half, so it's 12:10 right now. Hour and a half would be 1:45. Still totally cool. Still plenty early to do all my stuff that I want to do. And here's the thing, if I don't get the chance to like do all my laundry, that's fine too. I think I've got one more day of clean enough stuff that I won't offend anybody. And my sleeping clothes are generally clean. I have one set of walking clothes, and then I swap out my underwear and socks. So in a pinch, I could just wash one pair of socks, one pair of underwear, and give them the quickest dry I can, and maybe even walk with some damp stuff tomorrow. Walk it dry tomorrow. We'll see. I'm not worried. Okay, buen camino. Another really cool, sleepy old town. This one seems really, like it's not falling apart so much. More well maintained. I think maybe busier. I don't know what causes some to be good and some not to be good. I don't mean good, but... Hola, perro. Hola, perro. Dog chasing the kids, we love that. But, you know, you look around at these walls, the city seems more well maintained. Pretty steep uphill, but we're gonna keep moving on. Ciao. Also, there's signs. There's signs for like a bunch of tiendas and albergues and restaurants and pharmacy. It's very pilgrim friendly, and that's cool. So this place is working hard to welcome the pilgrims, accommodate them, make sure everybody knows what's there. Seems like it's well maintained. Look, I mean, fresh flowers over the doorway. It's really a cute town, and it's not too far from that last stop with the burritos and the cows. How do you say cows? I don't know. There's a monastery store. This is very cool. This is very, very cool. I like this place. I wish... I don't wish anything. But this would have been a nice place to stop. Hola, hola. That must be Santiago. You see the scallop shells on his hat and his shoulder. And his walking stick with his flask. El sello is in la tienda. The stamp is in the store across the street. San Salvador del Monte Hidalgo. Okay, let's go get our Sejo. So, you saw me go into the church, and then I just went across the street to the monastery Tienda. A lovely Benedictine monk making bracelets, and I know that I needed another credencial, so I picked one up. And now I should have enough spots to collect all the sellos that I need on the way to Santiago. And we go. Buen camino. I just caught a whiff of something incredibly good, and I think it's them in that caravan. Now that's traveling in style on the Camino. Not really a pilgrimage, more like sightseeing, but everybody does their own thing. And whatever they're making smells very good. Non potable, agua potable. Potable aquí, no aquí. Andiamo. The clouds are low today. Whew. It has been a straight up climb since leaving that last little village where I picked up my new credencial. It's not super steep, but it's just going up and up and up. And I can't really see like where we go. I do see a road up there, but I don't see peregrinos on the road, so I wonder if there's a crossing and we end up going that way. I don't know, we're gonna find out. It's not that bad though, it's getting the blood pumping, I'll tell you that. All right, buen camino, my friends. So, we did cross the street. Very high, a nice climb. And now, more. Más alto. In this part of the trail, you gotta be a little more careful. These things are ankle breakers. Not as bad as the path on the way to Burgos. That stuff was dangerous. This stuff, you just gotta pay attention. But all in all, nice trail. It does remind me of the Rockies a bit. I mean, we may not have all of these plants. Beautiful, lovely. Smells pretty nice. You can't smell it. And looking around, getting pretty close to touching the cloud deck, actually. So I wonder how my plot for tomorrow is going to go. If the clouds stay socked in, is there a point for trying to get up to Cruz de Ferro before the sun rises? I guess it couldn't hurt either way. I'm going to continue thinking about it. And for now, I'm just going to enjoy my careful steps on this treacherous path. Ooh, treacherous. Ciao. Keep going up. And I have to navigate this path. I don't want to get too muddy. Just muddy enough to cross safely. Aha! Yes. Okay, I'm putting this phone away. Gotta concentrate. Oh, I should have gone over to that side. no matter. I got stones. Love these flowers. Little flowers. Magenta. Yellow. Purple. And there are white ones around too. Don't look at the flowers. Be careful where you're stepping, Joe. Sticks. Sticks and stones may break my bones if I'm not careful where I'm going. Okay, bye. We are up here. Feels good. Not as hard as I would have thought. Looking back after day one, right? Up and over the Pyrenees to Roncesvalles. And then looking ahead to something like this or tomorrow, I would have thought, oof, that is going to be a challenge. But I kind of think the last few weeks, the month, has seasoned me to be a little bit more of a professional at this. My body has gotten used to the beating, and I almost look forward to it. Little steps, little by little, and we make our way to Santiago, yeah? So that's what I'm doing, getting up here. This reminds me of, I can't remember the day, but it was the day I got into Burgos. Rain, hail, sleet. I'm not contending with those weather conditions right now, but what I do have is a trail that is a little bit washed out. There's water running in little pockets everywhere. And I have to be careful where I step because it may be slippery, it may be muddy, and I'd prefer not to get my shoes and socks all wet. I've avoided it thus far by choosing my steps carefully, and I will continue to do so. Oh, here's a familiar friend. A bunch of slate. Must be very careful on this. Slippery, is it slate, shale, whatever it is. Anyway, we're gonna keep going. But look, we are up here. There's the white flowers I was looking for earlier. It really is magnificent. It's beautiful. I feel great. And I'm gonna keep going. Ciao. It is 1:21 and I am still just going up. Woo. We have transformed into like these shale fields. There was a lot of muddy water back there. Mud and water, and muddy water in the trail. And now we have segued into these shale fields. And it's pretty dry up here for now. Mira, mira. I see sun down there in the distance. Very, very lucky, I think, with the weather so far today. It's been cool, just a little bit of a drizzle, but we're gonna keep going. I gotta be at the top of this thing soon, right? I gotta be. And it makes me wonder, since it's been so much of a climb today, if most people stay down there. And then when they talk about how difficult the climb is up to Cruz de Ferro, if they're including all of these last couple hours in that climb as well as the half hour or hour I'm going to do in the morning, it's possible that it's all this and then it gets steeper and they stay down there and it's just a hard day. I don't know. We're going to find out tomorrow. I don't want to set expectations for myself, so take it one step at a time, huh? Up and up and up and up. Do watch your step, Joe. This shale is slippery and dangerous. Actually, one time I was backpacking in Rocky Mountain National Park. I was with a handful of friends. We went way off trail, and we were descending over a saddle. We had gone up a saddle, a scramble up a saddle between two peaks, and we were going to camp that night at a place. When you look at the map of the national park, it didn't have a name on the lake. It was the only one without a name. This was way off trail, and I was going down we were descending after going over the saddle, and it was shale like that. It was a little bit slippery. My boot went out from under me, and I hit my butt and I started sliding down. If I would have slid another 8 feet, I would have dropped off the shale edge, and it probably looked like to be a 20 or 25 foot drop. Would have been really bad. Luckily, I leaned back and I had my my like sleeping pad rolled up on the bottom of my backpack, and I leaned all the way back and went starfish, and I managed to stop myself before I went over the edge. It was very scary, but it got the adrenaline going, huh? Okay, oh, I see a peregrino up there. I haven't seen one for a while. Okay, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna keep going. Ciao, buen camino. I can't be that far by now. We'll see. And just as I say that, I see in the distance, that must be where I'm going. Okay, no problem. You hear that? Bicigrinos. Hey, no sooner than we get to the top, I see that we, looks like the clouds broke. There's a little bit of sun. Incredible. I don't like what he's doing, but everybody does their own thing. I'm not the boss on him. Can you believe it? Gray all day. And now, sun. Hey, there's DJ! Wow. How incredible. We managed to beat the rain, I think. We got some sun. We're all making it safe and sound. It was a hard day, a climb, and I think tomorrow's gonna be okay. Buen camino. I made it. No problem. DJ and I just looked at the map, and apparently this is basically the top. There's only like another 100 meters to get up to Cruz de Ferro. So it must just be right up on that hill. No big deal. So in the morning, I sleep in, and I can still make it up to watch the sunrise, I think. Nice relaxing day. And yeah, what a great day. Fantastic. What do you think? Good day?
Good day, very good day.
Great day. Ciao. Okay. I did ask for a vino tinto and a Santiago cake. It's an almond cake, and everybody says it's delicious. I can't wait to try it. Okay, ciao. Ah, lovely. So I've got all my laundry going just up the street, and I just wanted to pop out. I had some very conflicting thoughts. So you remember yesterday I saw some people getting dropped off by a taxi, and I said that's annoying, but it's not a problem unless there's competition for resources. Well, I know for a fact that I've seen bicicleños and people that aren't carrying their bags, and I've even seen people that are taking taxis or buses in this town, and I've had friends that have been turned away from albergues. That is annoying. Very annoyed and frustrated on behalf of them, and I just wanted to capture it in the moment. Fingers crossed. There's many other albergues up in the way, so I'm sure it'll work out well, but I was very frustrated to hear that they were turned away. Anyway, ciao, ciao, ciao. Oh, another person I may need to apologize to. Hold on, I'm going to talk to my friend. Au revoir. It is chilly outside. Everything is being washed. I'm very, very happy for the fire. Ciao. That's the dorm. Bunch of bunks. You saw me point at mine. All the bags there. And there was the showers. Right in here is the bathrooms. And we go downstairs. And I think there's maybe another floor above with some more private accommodations. Downstairs. This is where our botas live. Those are my botas. And in here you can see we beat the rain. It is raining outside and cloudy. I mean, it was anyway. And in here, that's where our poles went, I guess. Mine are somewhere in there. This is like the bar, cafe area. And it's fantastic. There's a beautiful fire moving. Ooh, El Camino de Santiago. Excuse me. It's okay, it's okay. Oh, 10 euro for the map. That's pretty nice. Definitely not carrying it from here to Santiago. Got a lovely fire in this bar area. Ooh. Perdón. Perdón. Oh, going outside. And you can see we are in the clouds. The cloud cover has surrounded us. So there are other folks that were going to go over the hill, over past Cruz de Ferro today, and I bet they got caught in the storm, and it's probably pretty bad. And they may not have a fire to dry out by. But we are staying warm. Again, I'm in my shorts and my raincoat because I'm having all my laundry did. So that's it. That's the update. That's the albergue. Tonight we have a beautiful dinner, and it's going to be fantastic. I can't wait. Ciao. Sitting down for dinner. Look at all these wonderful pilgrims in the room. I hope I didn't embarrass you. Okay, ciao. We're going to have dinner. Mike says that Mike from the UK says, from London, says probably curry. I can get down with that. Ciao. Ooh, some blue. Looks like the clouds have mostly broken. That dinner was awesome. The soup was a banger. We had like curry, rice, and chicken. It was very, very good. A little bit of applesauce for dessert, and just went ahead and got a chocolate bar, and we shared it among the table. It was very nice. I hope that the rain that's forecasted happens tonight when we're sleeping, and then it's dry during the day. It will result in a very sticky, sloppy, and muddy descent down, but it will be better than just getting sheeted on when we're walking. So about 24K again tomorrow, maybe 25, so like 15, 16 miles to Ponferrada, I think, yes. And I have reserved an albergue there. I'm starting to see now that some of the trails are converging, and we're in May, more people are walking. We're hitting the weekend, so I think I'm actually going to start booking ahead. I know that for a while I felt this sense of freedom in not doing so, but now I've hit my pace. I know I can knock out 15 miles every day, and so I think I'm just going to book. No concern, no worries. I can get my choice of places, and I can take my time during the day, right? No bed rush. One of the very annoying things is, of course, people getting up very, very early. There's a certain type of person that feels like they need to wake up at 5 in the morning and hurry, hurry, hurry. So they are the first one to get into an albergue, and they get a low bunk, even though they are perhaps young, and carrying a tiny day bag. It is what it is. But here's where I say it is within my power to control that. So I am going to pre-book, I think, the rest of the trip through through Santiago. And I may even stay an extra day in Santiago so I can watch some of the people that were behind me come in and watch them in the plaza. So I have yet to do that. That is going to be a little bit of a project over the next couple days, is charting out where I want to stay and making all those bookings. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I'm certainly not breaking any rules by doing it, and I'm certainly not going against any of my requirements by doing that. I did enjoy the flexibility and freedom, but now it seems like maybe the competition has raised. I don't want that competition. I don't want the stress. I want to know where I'm going. I want to know if it takes me until 2 or 3 or 4 in the afternoon, that I'm all good and I've got a bed. Plus, when I'm making these reservations, I can request a low bunk, right? So I know that there are people that are older than me, but there are also people younger than me. I've maybe earned by walking so much with a full bag. Forget it. It's not about earning it. It's not about a pilgrim purity test. First come, first serve. I would like a low bunk, please. I'm going to reserve. I'm going to ask for a low bunk and see what I get. Okay, that's the update. Great albergue. It was wonderful to have a fireplace, dinner with some awesome people, and the dinner was fantastic. So let's enter Galicia. Let's keep on in the mountains. Let's bring in some rain, folks. Let's make it rain. All right, ciao. It's 9 o'clock at night. They're in there playing some music, having a good time. I had to sit around. I didn't have to. I did. I sat around because, as I said, I was having them do my laundry. Look outside. It's all rainy and cold. Oh no. But, as you can see, oh, I should move over here to this side. As you can see, a fresh pile of nice smelling, dry and warm clothes. Everything except what I'm wearing. Mission accomplished. Great albergue, great dinner, fully laundered clothes. And I know some of these are probably going to get wet tomorrow. But for now, they're all clean and dry, and I couldn't be happier. Okay, ooh, mural. I didn't even show you this mural. And then I'm going to let you go for the night, okay? I'm going to get some sleep because I'm going to get up breakfast at 6:30. And then I'm going to hit the road to Cruz de Ferro. Okay, here's the mural. Buen camino.